It started as a routine patrol, 14 nautical miles east of the Senkaku Islands, 0622 local time. A Japanese F-2 fighter moved quietly through the morning sky at 28,000 feet. Below him, the East China Sea looked calm. Nothing unusual, nothing dangerous. Just another intercept mission in one of the most disputed stretches of airspace in Asia. Then his radar warning receiver blinked. Once, twice, then it stayed solid. A Chinese J-10C had just locked him with fire control radar. Not a normal scan, not a distant search, a direct weapons-grade lock. The kind pilots recognize instantly. The kind that can turn a routine patrol into an international incident in seconds. The Chinese pilot wanted a reaction. He got one, just not the one he expected. The Senkaku Islands have been a flashpoint for years. Tiny islands, no civilians, almost no land, but enormous political weight. Japan controls them, China claims them. And both countries know that one mistake in the sky above them could trigger something far bigger. Chinese aircraft regularly enter the surrounding air defense zone. Japan scrambles fighters every time. For Japanese pilots, these intercepts happen constantly. But even experienced pilots know one thing: a radar lock changes everything. Because crossing that line means the encounter is no longer symbolic, it becomes personal. The Chinese J-10C was one of Beijing's most modern fighters. Fast, agile, built for exactly this kind of confrontation. Its radar could track multiple targets at long range. Its missiles could strike well beyond visual distance. And the pilot flying it knew exactly how intimidating that could be. He held the lock, then closed the distance. 3 kilometers, then 2.5, then 2. Every second the lock remained, the message became clearer. We control this airspace. Leave. The Japanese pilot stayed exactly where he was. What the Chinese pilot didn't realize was that the Japanese F-2 wasn't just watching, it was listening. Modern fighters don't just detect radar, they study it. Every radar emits a unique pattern, its pulse speed, its frequency, its timing, like a fingerprint. And the Japanese aircraft was recording every bit of it. Every second the Chinese pilot kept that lock active, he was handing over valuable intelligence. The more aggressive he became, the more information Japan collected. The Chinese pilot believed he was applying pressure. In reality, he was revealing his aircraft. At 2.3 kilometers, the Chinese pilot pushed closer. Too close for a routine intercept. The lock tightened. Then the Japanese pilot made his first move. A sharp roll to the right, a slight drop in altitude, a quick sideways turn. And suddenly, the Chinese lock vanished. The target disappeared from the radar. For a moment, the Chinese pilot lost him. Not because the Japanese jet was faster, not because it jammed the radar, because it moved in a way the radar struggled to track. For 4 seconds, the Chinese pilot searched, and during those 4 seconds, his own radar kept transmitting. Still hunting, still exposing itself, still feeding data back to the Japanese systems. The Japanese pilot wasn't escaping, he was collecting. The Chinese pilot quickly found him again. Another lock, now 1.9 kilometers, closer, more aggressive. The Japanese pilot waited, then broke left, hard. Another lock lost, another signal captured, another weakness documented. By now the Chinese pilot had become emotionally committed, and that can be dangerous. Because once a pilot starts trying to prove something, he often stops noticing what the other pilot is doing. At 1.4 kilometers, the two fighters were close enough for visual contact. The Japanese pilot could see the nose of the J-10, its wing shape, its missile rails, even the shimmer of heat from its engine. The Chinese pilot probably believed he was in control now, because he was the one pressing forward. He was the one forcing movement. He was the one with the radar lock. But control in the air doesn't always belong to the louder pilot. Sometimes it belongs to the calmer one. And the Japanese pilot stayed calm. Every move looked defensive, but every move had a purpose. Slowly, carefully, he began repositioning. One turn at a time, one angle at a time, drawing the Chinese pilot farther than he realized. For nearly 18 minutes, the encounter continued. Lock, break, reacquire, repeat, again and again. Each time the Chinese pilot pushed. Each time the Japanese systems learned more. The J-10 pilot thought he was winning a psychological battle. He didn't realize he was becoming predictable. And predictable is the last thing any fighter pilot wants to be. Then the situation changed instantly. 2 new signals appeared. High above, fast, descending. 2 more Japanese F-2s. They had been there the entire time. Silent, watching, waiting. Their radars had remained off. Until now. Suddenly the Chinese pilot saw 3 threats. 1 high left, 1 high right, and 1 directly behind. His radar was facing forward. His missiles required a stable lock. His fuel was dropping, and his options were disappearing. In a matter of seconds, the hunter had become the target. No missiles were fired, no warning shots, no radio threats, none were needed. The message was already clear. The Chinese pilot ended the lock, leveled his wings, turned south, and headed home, quietly. Days later, both governments released statements. China called it a routine patrol. Japan called it dangerous. Both sides blamed each other. But neither side mentioned what truly happened in the sky that morning. Because the real battle was never about firing first. It was about who understood the other first. And while China believed it had sent a warning, Japan had quietly collected something far more valuable. A complete picture of how one of China's most advanced fighters behaves under pressure. No missiles fired, no debris in the ocean, no headlines about a battle. Just one silent encounter that gave Japan exactly what it wanted. One encounter, 3 Japanese fighters, 0 shots fired, and one pilot who challenged the wrong aircraft.